Hi, third graders. Mrs. D here. Welcome back to cursive handwriting. We are almost done with the lowercase cursive alphabet. Today, I'm going to teach you how to write a lowercase cursive Y. First, you'll need either a whiteboard and a marker like I have, or any piece, boys and girls, of plain blank paper with no lines and a pen will help you practice shape. If you can write an N and an M, then you can also make a Y. It's also an overcurve letter. Let me show you. Up and over curve, pull back. Up to the midline, pull all the way to the basement line, loop back, undercurve. The Y has a descender, part of the letter that goes to the basement line. Up and over curve, pull back, undercurve, slants to the basement, pull back to the basement, loop back, undercurve. Up and over curve, pull back, undercurve, pull back to the basement, loop back, undercurve. Up and over curve, pull back, undercurve, slant to the basement, loop back, undercurve. That is your lowercase y. Remember, practice on a whiteboard or a blank piece of paper first so that you can just practice the shape. Up and over curve, pull back, undercurve, pull to the basement, loop back, undercurve. Up and over curve, pull back, undercurve, slant to the basement, pull back, loop back, undercurve. Up and over curve, pull back, undercurve, slants to the basement, loop back, undercurve. There's your Y, boys and girls. And remember, kids who have really neat cursive practice in the air first with their finger. Practice with the tip of their finger on the surface they're working on. And they say the words that are the strokes. All of these things will help you remember the shape of a Y. Let me show you a few joinings before we move on to lined paper. Here are some for letters we just learned. I want to show you overcurve to overcurve letters. So here's YN, up and over curve, pull back, undercurve, slant to the basement, loop back, up and over curve, pull back, up and over curve, pull back, undercurve. There's YN. Here's YM. Up and over curve once, up and over curve twice, up and over curve 3 times, undercurve. There's your YN and YM joinings. Here's 3 more that you can practice. Practicing on blank paper first will help you just to focus on the shape. That's really important when you first learn a letter. So if you read YN, YM, YE, TY, and CY, great reading, cursive. Okay, let's practice on some lined paper next. When you're ready for lined paper, it's time to focus on the 4 keys to legibility. Size of your letters, shape, slant, and spacing between your letters in a word and then later on between words when you write sentences. Let me zoom in a little bit here. Okay, boys and girls, the lines will help you practice things like size, slant, and spacing. So the first thing you should start with is a whole row or 2 or even 3 of just Y by itself. Let me show you what Y looks like on lined paper. Up and over curve, pull back, undercurve. Slant to the basement, loop back, undercurve. Up and over curve, pull back, undercurve, slants to the basement, loop back, undercurve. Up and over curve, pull back, undercurve, slants to the basement, loops back, undercurve. Notice Mrs. D is being careful and writing neatly. Really focus on the size, the shape, and the slant of your Y's. When you're done with a whole row, stop and circle your best work. Let's see. I think this one here is my best work. You try the same. I only filled half the line, but you have plenty of time to practice by filling the whole line. Let me show you some Y joinings on line paper. Let's see if you can read them. And another one. And two more. All right, let's take a look. If you read YA, YO, NY, RY, LY, and BY, great cursive reading. Let's try a few words before I show you some very common Y mistakes that third graders sometimes make that you can watch out for in your own writing. Let's write 3 words first. Here's a word you'll probably write a lot in your own writing. And one more. I like this one because it has 2 overcurved letters. If you read yellow U and Jim, you read correctly. Okay, boys and girls, a few common Y mistakes that I want you to watch out for in your own writing. Here's the first one. Is the mistake in size, shape, or slant? If you said size and shape, you're right. This loop is too tiny. Up and over curve, pull back, under curve, slants the basement, then the loop looks like this. It crosses over again right at the bottom line. Under curve. Watch out for having too big of a loop also. This would look like this if it's too big. So this is not correct, and neither is this. So watch out for that. One more. Is the error in the size, the shape, or the slant? If you said slant, you're right. Slanted the wrong way. Remember, boys and girls, if you're a righty, slant your paper this way. If you're a lefty, pull it towards you this way. Mrs. D doesn't slam the paper during the videos because I don't want you to have to watch it with a crooked head. But when you are practicing at home, you absolutely should slant your paper. Righties go this way, lefties go this way, because that gives you an automatic slant. If I show you really quickly here, you'll see that once I slant my paper, I'll automatically have slanted my Y. Okay, boys and girls, happy practicing. Your teachers love to see the progress you're making in cursive, so make sure you take a picture and send it to us. See you next time.